and Savior Jesus Christ. First and foremost, just want to give all glory and praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I just want to give all glory and praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I just want to give all glory and praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I ought to always give my Lord and Savior all the credit, Jesus Christ, man. Without Him, I wouldn't be here. I can't do nothing but just thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, man. First and foremost, man, I got to give all glory and praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, man. These last couple weeks, man, been up and down. I've been going through a lot on and off the field, man, but when you give your life to the Lord, man, He gives you opportunities, and it's what you do with it. So He gave me this opportunity to come back in that 2-minute drill, and we run great routes, got great time management with the coaches, and we go score touchdowns. It's really big for us.
King of kings, Lord of lords, all the things He has in store from the...
It was a warm August evening in Rancho Cucamonga, California. The sun was just beginning to dip beneath the horizon, casting a golden hue over the city as a group of high school athletes gathered on the field. Among them was a lanky young quarterback, CJ Stroud. His teammates had long recognized his talent, but it was that night, under the fading California sun, that the first glimpse of greatness was seen. Born Coleridge Bernard Stroud IV, in October 2001, CJ was raised in a small household, and like many young boys in Southern California, he had a dream of making it big in sports. But his path wasn't paved with the ease that many others found in the youth ranks of the game. He didn't start off as the most talked about kid in town, nor was he one of those 5-star prospects whose names echoed through high school football before they ever took a snap. CJ had to earn everything, step by step. Stroud's mother, Kimberly, was his rock. She had always been there, supporting her son through thick and thin, driving him to practices, camps, and games. Life wasn't always easy for their family. They faced financial struggles, and the pressures of everyday life often loomed large. But through it all, Kimberly instilled in CJ a work ethic and resilience that would become the foundation of his success. Growing up, CJ was often overlooked by scouts. Though he had talent, it wasn't until his junior year at Rancho Cucamonga High School that people really started to notice. His breakout game came during a playoff run where Stroud threw for over 400 yards and 5 touchdowns against a powerhouse team. Coaches, scouts, and reporters who had previously ignored him were suddenly scrambling for interviews, footage, and quotes from the young quarterback. But despite the newfound attention, CJ remained humble, grounded by the values instilled in him by his mother. He worked tirelessly on his mechanics, refining every aspect of his game: footwork, accuracy, decision-making. He watched film late into the night, studying the best quarterbacks in the NFL: Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Deshaun Watson. CJ didn't just want to be good, he wanted to be great. The turning point came during his senior year when he attended the Elite 11 quarterback camp, a prestigious event showcasing the top high school quarterbacks in the country. Stroud entered the camp as a relative unknown, overshadowed by bigger names like Bryce Young and DJ Uiagalelei. But by the time the camp ended, Stroud had emerged as one of the best, winning the Elite 11 MVP. His stock soared overnight. Suddenly, the offers started pouring in. Colleges that had barely shown interest now wanted him to lead their programs. Stroud found himself at a crossroads, but after much deliberation and prayer, he committed to Ohio State University, a storied program with a rich tradition of developing NFL-caliber quarterbacks. His freshman year at Ohio State wasn't what many expected. He spent the majority of the season learning from the sidelines, backing up Justin Fields, one of the best quarterbacks in college football. But Stroud didn't see this as a setback. Instead, he treated it as an opportunity to grow, to study the game from a different perspective. He took every practice rep seriously, learned the intricacies of the playbook, and honed his leadership skills. Head coach Ryan Day noticed Stroud's maturity and work ethic, and he knew that once Stroud got his chance, he would be ready. In 2021, with Fields off to the NFL, it was finally Stroud's turn to take the reins. Expectations were high for the young quarterback, and the pressure to perform at Ohio State is unlike any other. The fan base is rabid, the media scrutiny is intense, and anything short of a national championship is seen as a failure. Stroud's first few games were filled with highs and lows. There were moments of brilliance, like his 5-touchdown performance against Maryland, where he showed off his arm strength and ability to read defenses. But there were also moments of struggle, like a tough loss to Oregon where Stroud made a few costly mistakes. Yet, through it all, Stroud remained undeterred. He knew that adversity was part of the process, and he trusted in the work he had put in over the years. As the season progressed, Stroud found his rhythm. The game began to slow down for him, and he started to play with the poise and confidence of a seasoned veteran. He led Ohio State to several dominant victories, and by the end of the regular season, he had thrown for over 4,000 yards and 44 touchdowns. His performance earned him a trip to New York as a finalist for the Heisman Trophy, the most prestigious individual award in college football. Although he didn't win the award, the mere fact that he was a finalist as a redshirt freshman spoke volumes about his talent and potential. But Stroud's success wasn't just about his physical abilities. He had an unshakable mental toughness that set him apart from other quarterbacks. His ability to bounce back from mistakes, to stay calm under pressure, and to lead his team through difficult situations was a testament to his character. Stroud had always been a leader, but now he was becoming the kind of leader that Ohio State needed, a leader who could carry the weight of a program on his shoulders. After a standout sophomore season, Stroud had the NFL world buzzing. He was projected to be one of the top picks in the 2023 NFL Draft. But Stroud didn't let the hype get to him. He remained focused on his goals, winning a national championship for Ohio State and continuing to improve his game. One of Stroud's most defining moments came in the 2022 Rose Bowl. Facing a Utah team that many considered one of the toughest defenses in the country, Stroud put on a clinic. He threw for a record-setting 573 yards and 6 touchdowns, leading Ohio State to a thrilling 48-45 victory. It was a performance that solidified his status as one of the best quarterbacks in college football and a future star in the NFL. The media frenzy surrounding Stroud reached new heights. Analysts and pundits compared him to some of the greats, saying he had the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, the precision of Drew Brees, and the football IQ of Peyton Manning. But Stroud brushed off the comparisons. He didn't want to be the next anyone. He wanted to be the first CJ Stroud. As the 2023 NFL Draft approached, Stroud remained laser-focused. He participated in the NFL Scouting Combine, where he impressed scouts with his arm strength, accuracy, and leadership qualities. Teams at the top of the draft order were salivating at the chance to draft him, knowing he had the potential to transform their franchises. On draft night, Stroud sat with his family, waiting for the moment he had dreamed of his entire life. The room was filled with anticipation, the air thick with excitement. When NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell finally stepped to the podium and announced Stroud's name as the second overall pick to the Houston Texans, the room erupted in cheers. Stroud hugged his mother tightly, tears streaming down both of their faces. It was a moment of pure joy, a culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice, and perseverance. But for Stroud, being drafted was just the beginning. He knew the NFL was a different beast, and he was ready for the challenge. The Texans were a rebuilding team, but Stroud didn't see that as a negative. He saw it as an opportunity to make his mark, to be a part of something special from the ground up. From day one, Stroud set the tone in Houston. He was the first one in the building and the last one to leave. He earned the respect of his teammates and coaches with his work ethic, humility, and leadership. Stroud's rookie season was filled with ups and downs, as expected with any young quarterback, but he showed flashes of brilliance that had Texans fans believing they had found their franchise quarterback. By his second season, Stroud had fully established himself as one of the best young quarterbacks in the league. He led the Texans to the playoffs for the first time in years, and although they didn't win the Super Bowl, the future was bright. Stroud had proven that he was not just a talented player, but a leader capable of taking a team to new heights. Off the field, Stroud used his platform to give back to the community. He never forgot where he came from and was deeply involved in charitable efforts, particularly those focused on helping single-parent families and underprivileged youth. He often spoke about the importance of his mother's influence in his life and wanted to provide the same kind of support to others in similar situations. CJ Stroud's journey from an overlooked high school prospect to an NFL star was one of perseverance, hard work, and unwavering belief in himself. His story was proof that it doesn't matter where you start, but how you finish. And for Stroud, his finish line was nowhere in sight. He was just getting started.